If you want to support the predator poachers catching the sickest both near and far, go to the pinned comment. If you're on Rumble, press the red join button to see over 30 videos early and uncensored for only $10 a month. We can't do this without your help, so join our locals.
This channel is a group of investigative journalists who make educational documentaries showcasing and educating society, especially parents and legal guardians, about potential scenarios that result from young people and adults conversating online if left unchecked. We conduct thorough interviews with consenting adults in an attempt to understand their perspective on why they partake in these conversations online with people that are not of age. The goal of the interviews in these videos and the videos themselves is to gain an understanding of the perspective of the individual being interviewed, so parents and the rest of society can be educated and aware of potential thought processes and desires of adults online to unsupervised persons not of age. These videos are not to cyberbully, harass, degrade, accuse, or threaten any individuals partaking in the interview process or in the video itself. We do not condone any of these actions. These videos are strictly educational, and we grant full permission for academia, which is any classroom setting or in scholarly papers, to show or cite our videos. To ensure that these videos are strictly used for educational purposes, we strictly adhere to YouTube's community guidelines, such as not revealing someone's personally identifiable information, in other words, PII. YouTube defines personally identifiable information as their home address, email addresses, signing credentials, phone numbers, passport number, medical records, or bank account information. We thoroughly look at and edit our videos to ensure that none of this information about any individual is shown in our videos. To ensure extra privacy for each person that is a subject of an interview in any of our videos, as of September 1st, 2022, to thoroughly comply with YouTube's harassment and bullying policy, there will be no mention or information about the last name or first name of any person interviewed in our videos. Due to potentially illegal activities discussed in our videos, law enforcement in the respective jurisdiction we conduct these interviews in is notified of each interview and video filmed by us. We are not accusing any individual interviewed of being guilty or committing a crime. That is the job of law enforcement. We are not vigilantes, and we do not condone vigilantism or vigilante behavior, such as taking the law into your own hand or not notifying law enforcement when a suspected crime takes place. We are investigative journalists. Trigger warning. Some of what can be discussed in these videos can be sensitive to some, emotional, or stressful. The only goal of these videos is to educate the public. At the end of each video, as of September 1st, 2022, there will be an educational portion at the end to discuss what was talked about in the video and to discuss what people can take from that video and learn from and tell others about. Our goal here is to bring awareness and educate the public. Now the video will start.
Okay. We see him. Just be like, okay. Oh, yeah. All right, we're gonna make contact with him right now. Just stall him for a minute. Okay. Hey, Michael, we gotta have a talk about Julie, okay? Can we just go talk over there, away from the door?
Yeah.
Appreciate it, man. My name's Gordon. Sorry to meet you like this.
Meet you.
Just want to have a conversation about it, that's all. Okay. Any weapons on you or anything?
No, sir.
Okay, all right. Just go talk right here. If anybody asks what's going on, I'll change the subject. I'm not here to do anything, all right? So you're an engineer?
Kind of.
Got it,
I guess you can say that.
Well, I appreciate what you do, man. My dad has an engineering degree, so, I know y'all work hard and all that stuff.
Yeah.
We'll let his car pass and all that. Oh my God. Getting chilly out, huh?
A little bit.
All right. Well, I just do want to have a talk with you about Julie, man. That's all. All right. Like, I'm not here to try to take a dump on you or anything, but do you know what I'm here to talk to you about?
What's that?
You know what I'm here to talk to you about?
Probably, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you're willing, I assume you have a boss at work and everything?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, pretend I'm your boss. If you're willing to be honest with me, I'm willing to work with you on this and we'll get through it, okay? So pretend I don't have these messages here. Pretend I'm just stupid. What am I here for to talk to you about?
Probably what we were gonna do.
Okay, which was what? Just be honest. I'm cool with it.
We were gonna probably, we really didn't, we did say, but we didn't really go into detail fully.
About
as in a for sure thing that was gonna happen.
About what?
Just kissing, cuddling,
I think there's a little bit more.
in there
Okay.
and all that stuff. Yeah.
Well, what I really want to kind of ask about that, was that going to be something you were going to force on her or leave up to her to do?
No, I wasn't going to force it.
Okay,
I know
so,
you probably hear that a lot, but
okay. Well, is it truly something like you were going to leave up to her to want to do or anything like that?
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not the person to take advantage of anybody. It's
Okay.
just, if they said no, then
I actually respect that, man. So the farthest you would have gone tonight is just full consensual, no, am I right about that?
correct.
Okay.
I mean, to be honest with you, I was having doubts all day to come, and then
It's kind of
I
iffy.
just felt like, man, she was really a genuine person.
Right.
So I just was like, just kind of bite the bullet type of thing. You
Fair
know?
enough. So, I mean, I think you're going to be honest about this, but how old is Julie?
She said 12, 13.
Okay,
something
that's
like
fair.
that.
What about her cousin?
5, 6,
Okay.
somewhere around there.
Yeah, I appreciate your honesty and everything. So I want to ask you, man, you're married with 3 kids, right?
Oh, no, I'm not married, no.
Okay, but you got 3 kids of your own?
2.
2, okay. Do you live with just them, or do you live with your girlfriend?
No,
Or
I live by myself.
okay, all right. So, I mean, obviously, I think you're a good dad from everything that I see, and I know you don't want to let them down and everything, and I can see it in your eyes that you definitely regret this, I think, for sure.
Big time, yeah.
But I do want to ask you, and if you're willing to be honest with me about it, like, I do want to make this right for you. I want to get you the help that we need and make sure we're on the right path here. And, I think this is, I'll just be honest with you, kind of going through some of the chats and listening to some of the phone calls, I think this was a long time coming. I think your life is kind of devolved into something you didn't want it to be. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to ask you straight up. And, if you answer this honestly with me, I think we're going to have a good conversation about this. And I think this is going to have a good resolution for everybody here, man. How did this attraction to minors start for you? It's pretty blunt, but I think you're honest enough to answer it.
I don't know. It's more like it like comes and goes.
Okay.
It's more like an adrenaline rush type of thing, to where, like, you just kind of get in the mood type of thing, and then just once you know what I'm saying, when you let it go type of thing, it's just okay, whatever it is, what it is type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's in general, though.
Yeah. So yeah, that's basically, it's just talk about it. Okay, boom, I'm done. Like, whatever. Like, I don't really care anymore.
Sure.
And then, it comes back. And
Well, I guess when did that adrenaline start getting directed towards younger ladies under 18 for you? Like, what point in your life did that kind of start happening?
I don't really know. Maybe a couple years ago. I can't really give you I know that probably sounds whatever, but, like, I don't know, maybe 2, 3, 4 years ago, something like that. I don't know.
No, it's not like you have a plaque commemorating that first time or anything.
Yeah,
So
it's one of the. I mean, the best I can really do or say is, like, it's just like an adrenaline rush type of thing, to where, I mean, it's not just minors. It's
it's just anything and
just
everything.
anything, basically. Yeah, that's the best way I could kind of put it.
Okay. Well, so I guess minors started coming into that equation maybe 3 or 4 years ago, right?
Yeah.
What do you think it was, or what do you think, where do you think that started? Like, was it online? Was it in person, or?
If I'm gonna be honest with you, I watch a lot.
Okay.
That just, yeah, it's not good.
Okay.
You get just infatuated with it, and you're just like, kind of, oh, I want more type of thing.
Yeah.
It's
And I think what happens is a lot of good men like you get sucked into terrible things people post online. And, it's no secret, looking at your internet history and kind of what we've been doing the past couple of years, it's no secret that some of that is dipped into some inappropriate stuff.
Yeah, big time.
What forums, because obviously, I can lie to you and say, I know every single thing you watched the past couple of years, which I don't, but obviously I know there was quite a lot of child pornography watched, which is just an objective truth. But I guess kind of what I'm curious about is, how did you fall into that? Like, was it the dark web? Was it like Telegram? Or where'd you start watching this stuff at?
I think the internet, when I was, I don't know, maybe like 10 or 11, it just, I remember sitting there, for the first time, and I didn't know what was going on, but it was a good feeling, and I was like, wow, like, this is kind of feels good, but I didn't know what was type of going on type of thing. And I think, like I said, you kind of want more, more, more. It's kind of like when you get into drugs, which I know nothing about, but I'm just
Yeah,
saying, like, you kind
it's
of
like a
just,
drug.
yeah, it's kind of like, oh, I want more, I want
Right.
more, I want more. So I think that's kind of where it started, where it's like I got infected with watching it all the time and just like, oh man, like, I kind of want more, 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 more type of thing.
Right, right. But I know obviously you watch or child on the internet, but I guess what I was trying to get at is like, where on the internet did you even find it? Like, are people sending this to you online, or is this shit that's posted somewhere? Like, how did you even go about finding that?
Just regular general,
No,
or
no. How did it get into the child stuff?
um, I don't really look up child on like like when I go to the internet to look up porn, it's
Mhm.
mostly like, you know, dicks or
Yeah,
or
of
something like
course.
that, and I watch that. But
But I'm just saying, like, it obviously over the past couple of years, it devolved into some younger than 18 stuff
yeah,
online.
yeah,
So I guess, I know nobody's typing in, because you're a smart dude. You're not just typing in child. I mean, you'd have to be an idiot too. I mean,
yeah,
that's just past any attraction. That's just, common sense.
yeah.
But is this child stuff? Is this shit that people have sent you? Is this shit that you've just seen?
No,
Where was it like posted, or how do you even
um,
access it?
well, there was one where on Instagram, like these people would post and
Hmm.
they'd be like, "Oh, go to Telegram," and I was like, "Well, I'll go to Telegram or
Hmm.
whatever," and see what it's about. And then like I was like, I don't really know about this. Like,
Yeah.
is this fake? Is this not? Is this real? You just don't know. And then when they're like, oh yeah, pay for this or this, I'm like, okay, well let's just see what's going
Yeah.
on,
Yeah. Yeah.
and they'll send it, and then I'm just like when you first think of it, you're like, what am I doing type of
Right.
thing,
Right.
and then it's like, I think it's like the after fact of like, what the am I doing? Like it doesn't make sense of why I'm doing this. You know what I'm saying?
It's just kind of like.
It's kind of like you just dip into it and you shouldn't be doing it type of thing, and it
Mhm.
just
Yeah, no, earlier today I was like talking with this lady about something, and I just had a realization. I was like, wait, what? I'm just doing all of this right now? Like I was like in some office in a building I've never been in, and I was like, wait, I'm doing all this right now? What am I talking to this lady about?
yeah.
Is it kind of like that? Like you just realize you just did something,
For sure, like
okay.
the after effect.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
when you're the best way I can describe it is like when you're in the moment type of thing. You're just sitting there and you're like, okay, like you're not thinking,
Right,
and you're
right.
just like, okay. But then when the after effect of whether or you finally realize like, what am I doing? Like
Mhm.
this is I shouldn't be doing this at all.
Right,
It's
right.
just I guess that's the best way I can describe it.
Yeah. I mean, I hate, I mean, I'm not comparing it to football at all, but sometimes I'd just be, back in my playing days, I would just, I'd go through the motions for the first 2 quarters and be like, wait, this is the third quarter already. What? Wait, I'm here right now. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
like you're trying to put yourself, you're in the moment so much that you're not thinking or seeing what the after fact could be,
Right.
or of this could happen, this could happen. It's more like you just get suckered into the moment. It's like,
Exactly.
what am I doing type of thing.
So you think, so if I was to go after, say, people that sell child, I'd have to look for Telegram pretty much, or would that be a good place to start, you think, or?
I would say Instagram, Telegram. I think there's a site,
Zangy.
Zangy.
Oh yeah, that's a great one.
Zangy's another one.
Right.
Those are the only ones that I really know of. Like Facebook, not really. Like,
Yeah. They're pretty vanilla on Facebook.
that's about it. Yeah.
So when they sell this to you, are they selling this via like links to it, or are they just throwing this shit in the chat, or?
Basically, what they do is they'll have like a list of like, what do you want,
Mhm.
or what are you looking for, and then you're like, okay, this or this or whatever,
Yeah.
and then they'll tell you, okay, well, this is how much it is, or they'll show you a preview or
Sure.
whatever, and then it's like they'll ask you like, oh, do you have like PayPal, or do you have this or that,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever the case might be, so
And
uh,
what are they usually charging like for this stuff? Like, what's the lowest you've had to pay, and what's the highest you've had
well,
to
I've
pay?
never paid.
Okay.
I've never paid, but I think the lowest was like, I don't know, 60, and the most was like 90, something like that.
Really?
Yeah. So
Okay.
like, I mean, and to me it seems like it's a lot of like in different countries. That's what it seems
Okay.
like.
Any idea what countries those could be?
Oh man, I couldn't really tell you. Definitely foreign for sure. It's like
Not like Canada or something
no,
like
no, no,
that.
no, no,
Okay,
no, no,
okay.
no. More like I don't even want to say Egypt. Like more like Pakistan type of
Oh,
all that
okay.
Arab something like
Oh, I'm shocked.
yeah, so
Right.
something like that. Yeah,
So what about like groups on Telegram? How common has that been?
groups as
Like
in
group chats of this type of stuff happening?
I've never been in a group chat. I've messaged like there's obviously there's different sellers. That's what they call them. They're different
Sellers,
sellers.
okay.
That's what they call themselves, and they'll oh well I'm a seller, so like what do you want? Like you
Hmm.
could tell they're not there for a conversation, and I don't even know if they're legit or not. I couldn't be. I don't know.
Sure.
They could be a scam of you pay and then boom they take your money and they block
Yeah.
you or whatever. I don't really know.
How often have people asked you to like trade and shit?
Um, to trade pics.
Like not pics of you, but like, hey, you got any pizza? Shit like that.
Oh no, no. They're usually like, hey, look, I got this, and
Hmm.
you pay, and then you go on your way. It's not like, oh, show a face pic
Okay.
or let's meet up or whatever. It's more like they send you pics or videos or whatever you want, and then you call
Yeah.
it a day type of thing.
How have any of these people like try to sell to you repeatedly? Like one day they try to sell you something, next day they hit you up again and like, hey man, did you want to buy this or is what?
No, no, because usually like I'll ask them like, oh, what are you selling, or like just to get an idea, and all of them really say the same thing of like
Hmm.
they'll give you a category of like this to pick from, and
Yeah.
then usually I'm just like, okay, whatever. Like you could tell it's kind of a scam, and then I
Right.
just ended up just deleting the whole thing.
Fair enough. So how long have you had Telegram for? Like when did you first get it, you think?
Week ago, 2 weeks ago.
A week ago, 2 weeks
But
ago.
it's been I've deleted it so much that legitimately they tell you like you gotta wait a couple days or weeks or whatever.
So it's something you sometimes get, you delete, get again, and all that
Yeah,
shit.
because
Okay.
it's just like like as I said before, it's like what am I doing? Like
Right.
why am I gonna use Telegram for anything or
Just have like
this or that?
moments
Yeah.
of clarity and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Are sellers also on Zangi too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they tell you they'll write on Instagram, they'll tell you like, hey, this is they'll have a number
Hmm.
and then you type that number in and then you message them and then they come, I don't know, whatever their name is or whatever.
Sure.
So,
What's the youngest you've seen them try to sell, and what's the oldest you've seen them try to sell?
well, they got different categories. I would say 7, 8's the youngest, and
Okay.
then they have like a son and mom on there type of thing.
Tremendous. Okay. So obviously you've been very honest. I'm not here to embarrass you. I don't want to, totally just read these word for word and just, shame you or anything like that. I'm not here for that. But, obviously I think the chat's got a little bit escalated for sure, I'd say.
Yeah, for sure.
So
For sure.
was there anything that she told you about her 5-year-old cousin that stuck out to you, or?
She was 5 and I don't think she can talk.
Okay.
I think something like that.
Right. Did she say she at all or
There,
autistic?
yeah,
Okay. So on one of the calls, if I'm not mistaken, you referred to her cousin not being able to talk as like a good thing, and that you're going to shove your in her mouth and this and that. And okay, what in the moment got you excited about all that?
I guess we were just talking and we've been talking about it for like weeks and stuff, and just
Mhm.
I guess it's just when you got it planned in your head, you're
Yeah.
just like, oh, that's cool. And it's one of them ones where it's like I get off and I'm like, as in like, like that, and it's just like,
Yeah.
whatever type of thing. Like it's not like, oh, I plan on really doing this. It's more like just to get off type of thing.
Okay.
I know it sounds bad.
Right. Well, obviously you're going to leave it up to Julie. So just be completely honest. I mean, you've been very honest so far. I mean, I'm sounds redundant when I'm trying to tell you this because you have been honest, but obviously we know that you were going to leave it up to Julie and all that stuff. So what about the 5-year-old? Because obviously I know that nothing wasn't going to happen with the 5-year-old. Like I know there's something with that too. Like what were you hoping to accomplish with the 5-year-old today? Just be, I'm not going to be mad at you.
If I'm gonna be, I know it says in there, but like nothing. I mean, 5-year-old is, and I know this sounds crazy me saying it now, but like it doesn't seem right. Like I said, I was kind of like antsy all day, even with
Yeah.
her. I was just like, man, like I don't think I should be doing this. Like it's
Right.
like going back and forth because you
Right.
see, you know, fake people on this or that. And
Mm.
I mean, I was thinking, okay, she's real. Like I've had a, you know, I FaceTime with her, face call
Yeah,
with
yeah,
her,
yeah.
and I'm like, okay, she seems really legit. Like
Right.
she seems like a really good person, and
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know, so
Were there any like pics sent to them at all? Like that might be a little bit or anything?
I've sent some pics to her. Yeah.
Okay. What was kind of the I guess what was kind of the motivation to do that to them or for them?
I guess for me, it's always been like you send a picture and it's like they're like, oh, it looks good
Right.
or looks big or whatever the case might be, and
Right,
it's
right.
kind of like a turn on type of thing, you know?
Just kind of gets you going when it gets complimented or something
Yeah,
like that.
for
Okay.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand that and I feel that. So, you know, like I said, I don't want to read every single message here. I mean, first of all, I'm a college dropout, so I don't like reading too much. And second of all, you know, the last thing I told you, I'd work with you if you're honest with me. And, you know, I think part of that is not reading these messages and sparing you because, you know, I know you don't feel happy about these. So,
It's been embarrassing.
absolutely. So, I mean, some of these here, get on your knees and put my cock in your mouth and stroke my balls while I'm sucking your cousin's nice little. She's going to start, as referring to her cousin, she's going to start to suck my cock now while I'm sucking your nice little. She says, ooh, hee hee. Then I want you to lay on your back with your legs on the side so I can eat your pussy with my tongue. So is this all shit that, you know, obviously she said you would leave this sexual stuff up to her, which I appreciate, but and then pick you up and put you on the wall and put my big in your tight, you nice and slow and watch you say more daddy. So that's pretty graphic stuff, and I don't think I don't feel obligated to answer this, but did anything happen to you when you were young or anything like that, or
No, not really.
okay, so it was just internet.
I just think if I'm gonna be honest with you, I just think as kind of. I mean, I've, you know, when you read it online of different TikToks, they say like has a different way of getting to your mind, and like
Absolutely.
I really think has really damaged. And I'm not sitting here saying you got to feel bad for me or anything. I'm not saying that. I just feel like it's like I'm into it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Just one of them ones to where it's like it's not good, and it's starting to like. I mean, it's been bad for a while.
Well, it's like, you know, when you see a drug user in San Francisco, of course, you know, they're the ones putting the needle in their arm, but you also got a feel for it's so readily available for them to do it. So it's kind of a societal issue, and it's also, of course, the individual. Like, I don't think you're fully to blame, but I also don't think you're blameless either, if that's fair enough. So I do want to ask, and I've noticed with people who, you know, because there are some people that just wake up and they just want to do what's in the messages here immediately.
Yeah.
But there's other people, either they're hurt as a kid or just the internet has really just warped their mind, which I'm thinking that's what it is with you. Because I don't think if there's no you would be here right now at all. And
Not at all. No.
so I do want to ask kind of about these CP videos on Zangy and Telegram. Like, I know I was told, like, yeah, you know, they've offered to sell me stuff and this and that, but obviously there was, again, internet history. There's quite a few that were watched by you and quite a few that were kind of, so I'm trying to think. You mentioned a mother and a son, or I guess, you know, you tell me, I'm speculating here. Which ones were kind of either watched by you? Like what did they show you that you saw? Like how old was the kid? Was it a boy or a girl or shit like that?
The ones that I can remember were mostly all girls.
Okay.
I don't know, between the ages of like 6 and 12.
Okay.
Couple of them you couldn't see their faces.
Okay. How could you tell they were 6 to 12?
I mean, just like the body type, I guess. I mean,
Like you look like a elementary school kid.
yeah.
Okay.
Somewhere around there. I mean, for the most part, yeah, around there.
And what would be happening to them in these videos, or?
One video in particular was this girl was walking in like a store,
Mm-hmm.
and then somebody had a camera, and her was hanging out of I don't know, it wasn't a skirt, it was like I guess a jeans or
Right,
whatever you wanna say.
right.
And they were just, you know, flashing it, and she's just walking. I don't remember them showing the face, but
Mm-hmm.
there's one of that, and then a little girl, uh, I don't know, a grown man's.
Mm-hmm.
Another one was getting by an older dude.
How old did that girl look? That was getting.
I couldn't really. I mean, it only zoomed in. I mean, I'd imagine between 6 and 10. I would
Okay,
imagine.
okay.
It was kind of like a zoom in type of thing.
Mhm.
So
Got it. And the one that was performance on the guy. I mean, that would have had to show her face. How old does she look?
6, 7,
Okay.
maybe 5, 6. I don't know. I mean,
Okay.
I'd say between 5 and 7.
Yeah.
My guess.
What race were these kids usually?
One of them was white.
Mm-hmm.
The other one looked like Pakistan Arab. I mean.
Yeah. That's all sick shit.
Most of them, I will say, look like they were from out of country wise.
Okay.
I'd say. There's only one of them. It looked like a white girl, but I mean, I don't know if it was from the U.S. or not. I don't know.
Fair enough. So when we say out of country, like, could you hear the adult male speaking in the videos, or no? Was there any sound at all in them? No. Okay. So when they would send these to you, like, would these videos be on a link that you had to click to access them, or were they just in the chat, or was it?
Some of them just got straight up sent. There was no link, and then
Okay.
some of them they would send, in order to watch this, they would tell you, like, I mean, some of them would show like pictures of the girls,
Mhm.
and then they would have like a link.
So a mega link?
Mega link.
Mega link.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, I don't even know what a mega link is, but okay.
Guess you found out the hard way what it is, huh?
I guess so, yeah. And then there'd be, you know, 7 people here, 7 people here, and, you know, but they'd say, well, in order to watch these, you gotta, you know, pay how much ever they were asking for.
Well, you're not a brokey, and obviously you seem to, once you're stuck on something, you kind of go with it. That's what leads you to be an engineer, but it also leads you to this place too. It's a double-edged sword for sure.
Yeah.
So, I'm not going to think any different of you, since being that you probably paid for some of this stuff. But, if we're talking, what do you have? What platform do I have to pay on? I mean, look, I'm not saying you spend your life fortune in the Las Vegas version of pizza, but, I know there was some curiosity there that caused you to buy some of this shit. And that's what I'm really like, who in the hell would be selling this to you? How many times have you bought, and who do you think it was from? That's what I kind of would be curious about. So how many times have you bought, and who do you think it was from?
I haven't bought anything,
Really?
to be honest with
Okay.
you. Not one time. There was one where I did ask, I was like, okay, can you show me a preview? Because I'm like, okay, are you
it's like
legit? Are you not
free
legit?
samples at
Whatever.
the frozen yogurt place.
Yeah. And this is embarrassing to talk about, but, I'm going to be straight up with you.
I
It's just
appreciate
more
it.
of like,
Genuinely.
just more of like,
Yeah, there's parking.
yeah, it's just more of where's that going with this?
Previews, selling.
Yeah, they would mostly, like I said, they would sell them if you were like interested. If not, they wouldn't even probably get back to you. But I think it was the same people that had different, they had different names, but I think they were probably the same seller.
Really?
Yeah.
So, did they get in touch with you first on Instagram, then you hop to Telegram, or did they just find you on Telegram, or?
No, I would find them, and they would pop up on my news feed
On
on Instagram.
it would pop up on Instagram.
Yeah. It would pop up on Instagram, and then click it, and it's so stupid to say this now, but it didn't look real at all. It looked phony, baloney, fake. And
Yeah.
of course, my curiosity took over, and so they'd say, oh well, add this on Telegram or this or whatever. So I'd be like, okay, well, I'm just gonna download. And that was the first time I've ever heard of Telegram or Zanky. I've never heard of them before.
And this is on your Joker account on
Yes.
Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would get on there and I'd be like, okay, download it, and then I would type in the name or the number, whatever, and then I would message them and just say, hey, and then they're like, so a lot of them would say like, hey bro, and then do you want to buy? And then,
Indians for sure if they're using bro.
Yeah, for sure.
No, I've worked for one before. I know their lingo.
And they would just send, like I said, they'd send like a thing of like whatever you wanted to watch. And basically you'd say, okay, well, I want to watch this. And they'd be like, okay, well, or we have mega links.
Yeah.
And then you say, okay, well, what do you have? And then they'd send it over and say, well, okay, well, you can watch this, but in order to watch it, you got PayPal or whatever the other thing that they had, and you'd have to pay. But I never paid. I was just like, whatever, like, I'm not paying.
So I do want to ask. Oh shit. I do want to ask how often. Because I know if we're talking about Indians on Telegram, we're not talking about people with any type of line or limit. I think, I was told 5 or 6 years old is the youngest that was sent your way and watched, because that's probably how deep your mind has gone. I don't think it's gone lower than that. But that doesn't mean that they haven't sent you lower than that. It just means that, you have a limit because you still have some sense of morality left, which is why I'm talking to you, which is why I think we can get this taken care of. But, when it comes to shit like infants and toddlers, like newborns, 1-year-olds, 2-year-olds, as soon as you mention Pakistani, by that you mean Indian, because I know Indians congregate on Telegram. I mean, they have whole group chats. They have whole group chats where they congregate and just do weird shit. I mean, as a matter of fact, I'm part of this group chat called the anti-Jeet task force. And I'm not like part of any task force or anything. It's just a joke. But we just noticed that Indians do some pretty shit online. So, when it comes to infants and toddlers, I'm not saying that it's what you look for. I'm not saying it's shit you get off on. But how often do they try to send that your way, or how often have they?
Not often, no.
Not often?
No.
So it's a once in a blue moon thing?
I've never got one sent that was an infant.
Okay. What do you think the youngest age would have been sent your way is?
5, 6.
5 or 6, okay. So they've never tried to push that on you or anything? Okay. So when does anybody know about kind of this thing that we have going on? Like anybody know about kind of this we have or anything like that?
No, not really, if I'm gonna be straight up.
Okay. So who are your kids with right now?
The mother.
Okay. Do you do joint custody or?
Yeah.
Okay. So, or is it her turn right now, or?
Yeah, she's got the kids, yeah.
Okay. And she does not live with you?
No, correct.
Okay. So you are divorced or just?
No, we were never married.
Never married.
Yeah.
Got it. I see. So online with, kids being on Instagram talking to you and all that, how long has that been going on for? Because, obviously Julie isn't number one. She's number, I don't know
I'd
how
say
much.
on and off. I mean, I've deleted it, got it back, deleted it, got it back. I guess just kind of like a boredom type of thing, to where it's like I go on a rant of adding people and talk to certain people, and then I get off, and then I delete it, then I bring it back, and then I delete it, and it's kind of like a full
cycle. Yeah.
I mean, there was one time where I just thought, so I was like, what's the point of being on this? And I got off for I don't know, a month or so, and then, of course, here we go again. I got right back on.
Yeah.
So it's just like.
So how receptive are the younger ladies under? Do you talk to any guys at all on there, or is it just
No.
girls? Okay. How receptive are the girls on there when you try to talk to them, or they try to talk to you? And
Some talk, some don't. It all depends.
how old are they usually?
Say 15 to 20.
15 to 20. Okay. When say a 15, 16-year-old talks to you, I mean, I've seen how you talk to people online. I mean, are they kind of, do they reciprocate, or are they just kind of leave me alone, or just kind of both, or?
I guess it all depends on who they are. Like, you know, I mean, I've had some go back and forth with me, and some
Go back and forth,
like they'll, you know, they'll just keep going. Like if I say, uh, you know, are you skinny, curvy? Oh, curvy, and then I'll just keep going because I'm like, okay, well, they must want to talk about it. You know,
yeah,
stupid, but
20 questions a game.
yeah.
How many of them have had the privilege of seeing your?
Um, I'd say a lot, I guess.
Okay, so it's a common thing. You just picks the females you talk to.
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay, so some are minors, some are adults. You just kind of send it indiscriminately. It's kind of accurate. Okay. Has it gone as graphic with Julie with the other ones too, or is this the farthest it's gone? Or I mean, I know fixing the 20 questions game we got, but I mean, has it gone to a point where they're wanting to meet up with you, or no?
No. This is the very first one. I was like, because like I said, I was just like, man, she seems like a really nice person. She's legit. Like, um, you know, she just seems like a really nice person.
Okay.
You know.
So I mean, I keep hearing she seems like a nice person, this and that. So that tells me that, you know, this was not supposed to be a one night stand. Like, is this something that you wanted to continue, or just honestly?
I wouldn't mind being friends with her, to be honest.
Okay.
To be honest.
Okay.
But coming over here all the time, no, because I'm just, like I said, I just was like, you know what, like we've talked about it for a while, and you know, with her mom not being, I was like, whatever, you know, give it a shot, see how it goes, type of thing.
Sure.
And you know, I know you've probably seen that we've talked about being friends and all that stuff, and
yeah, that's the reason I wanted to talk to you, because it wasn't just you didn't just objectify her the whole time. Like I think you actually gave a shit about her.
I really do. Like I guess I'm not gloating on myself, but it's like, you know, when I care about somebody, I do, and sometimes that can lead to bad roads or bad decisions or whatever. But like I said, I mean, she was one of the genuine people that actually meant that, you know, she actually, I guess you can say, cared about me, and I was just like, wow, she seems like really legit, you know, and so it's.
No, I understand that. Yeah, no, you didn't really seem overbearing too much. I mean, you know, we can all agree that there was some weird stuff said, but who doesn't say weird shit? But, you know, trust me, there's a lot of people that kind of fall into stuff like this that are just totally, it's just, they don't look at anything else but they don't look at it as anything else but a piece of meat. And I don't think that's the way you looked at it at all, to be honest with you. So, God, if it wasn't so dark, I'd pull up some more of these, but, you know. So I do want to ask, like, about the whole 5-year-old thing. What enticed you to talk about it the way you did?
She kind of brought it up first and
Uh-huh.
talked about it, and I don't know. I think it was part of the 20 questions game, and I think I even asked her like a week ago or whatever it was. I was like, how did your cousin even come and play with this? And
Right.
she was just like, oh, you know, I usually watch her, and you know, you seem like, you know, you wouldn't care or something like that, and then next thing you know, I was like, oh yeah, you know, we can all meet up, and you know, she's like, I don't get to watch her a lot, and my mom's like hardly ever home, and which I kind of thought that was kind of weird because she's 12 and she's alone all the time, and I was just like, that doesn't seem. It kind of seems weird, but.
Right. So was there any talk about, like, her cousin, like, you know, on your penis, or your 5-year-old cousin doing that?
I don't think she said. I think she just said whatever you want to do type of thing.
What were some of the things that you mentioned wanting to do with her cousin?
Putting my down her throat. You know, even talked about, unfortunately, her and all that stuff, and just having her watch and all that.
Yeah. So you wanted, you talked about Julie watching you have sex with the 5-year-old cousin. Okay. So, you know, Mike, that's obviously, I mean, dude, we're on the same side with that. We both don't agree with that being a good thing. But I don't know. I think it's noble of me to hear that you didn't want to do anything with the 5-year-old, but obviously that's more you saying that out of shame versus you saying that out of truth. And, there's nothing wrong with saying it out of shame because, if my dad catches me, eating cookies that were saved for Christmas, I'm going to say, oh, I didn't actually want them or I don't like them too much out of shame. But obviously I'm eating them, right? And I'm here to eat them and all that stuff. So I want to ask you one more time. I'm not going to think any worse of you for hearing the actuality on this. I just want to fully understand the extent of what's going on, get you the help for it, because I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think you need trouble, man. I think you need some help for this, whether it's counseling, whether it's just an intervention or whatever, man. I mean, I think help's the route to go because you are a good father to your kids, and you seem to get along amicably with your baby mama or whatever you want to call her.
For the most part, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I try to do everything for my kids.
Right. And, women, you're never going to get along with them 100% because they're just irrational thinking and they shouldn't vote. But that's a whole other conversation we should,
Sure.
get into. But, so realistically, you walk in that door, you see Julie and her cousin there. What did you really want to do with the cousin? Because it ain't nothing, man. And I'm not going to think any less of you if you tell me the truth. I think more of you, actually.
I mean, to be honest with you, I wouldn't have her, but I mean, personally, I did.
Okay.
That's probably as far, but I mean that's as far as I probably would have went because
Truly,
I
Okay.
probably because it's like, and I know you don't know me and I don't know you.
I know you
And
well
I'm
enough,
just,
I think.
I'm just being just straight up as possible.
Yeah.
It's more like when you get in the situation, you're like 5 years old, kind of. Because like when you're sitting behind a phone or a computer, you're not really thinking about it. You're thinking like, oh, I want to, or I want to do this. or I wanna do
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
And
yeah.
like, I mean, who knows? I don't even know if I'd have went in there and did things. I mean, I really don't.
Right, it's
know.
all
I mean,
speculation, right?
Yeah,
But
so it's one of them ones where things could have happened, things could have. I really don't know.
right,
So,
right.
I mean,
It's so gosh, I gotta ask. How often would you say that these CP sellers try to hit you up and all that type of stuff?
not a lot. I would honestly say like you have to kind of hit them up first.
Okay, so there have been times, just being honest, there have been times where you kind of hit them up, seeing what they got.
Yeah, just to
Okay.
see like, hey, like what are you guys selling? Is this real? Is this fake?
Right,
Is this
right.
legit? And like I said, it was definitely from different countries for sure.
So I can see, there's some talk about like filming tonight or anything.
We did talk about that, yeah, in one of the texts. Like, I can't remember if I asked her or she asked. I might have asked her like, oh, do you want to film this? Or she's like, oh, and she just seems genuine. She's like, oh, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to
Right.
do, type of thing. It's just, I just gotta feel bad I took advantage of her.
Do you think you did take advantage of her? Like, would you call yourself a predator in this situation?
Kind of,
Okay.
because it's like, it's hard to say because it's not like I was like, oh, let's do this.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, it's like I'm here right now, so
Right.
it's like, no, I don't want to blame her. I mean, I should be smart enough. I shouldn't be doing this.
Well, them combined are still like half your age.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like I put the blame on myself. I
Right.
should know better than this.
So do you have like an iPhone or an Android or?
Yeah, I got an iPhone. What's that?
I have an Android.
Oh, I used to have an Android
All right.
back in the day, and then I switched.
No, I have one iPhone. I have one Android. So I guess you can call me something like that. I'm a little bit fruity. I like the apples a little bit, but I'm definitely an Android guy. But on your iPhone, if we've seen a good amount of this child garbage, like I said, I'm not going to think any less of you. If it's a watch, it's a watch. Doesn't matter really if it's saved or not. But for your own sake, how many images would be on your phone or videos that you think we should probably get rid of? That could be like, hey, you should not be having this. This is not good to have on your phone.
Usually, if it's like that, I delete it. I couldn't really. There's nothing in my in my camera pictures.
Okay. Well, your gallery.
Yeah, my gallery. No, I got rid of it.
Okay.
Like pics, I got rid of.
Well, I'm not talking about your. I'm talking about like, some of these videos of like the underage kids doing stuff.
Oh no. Those don't get those are get erased.
Okay.
I don't even save those.
Okay.
Like all those are on like Telegram and stuff.
Okay.
And once you delete the whole thing, it's gone.
Right. Your Telegram's not connected to your number, is it?
Yeah.
It is?
I think so, yes.
Do you have Telegram right now? Okay.
No, I deleted it.
When did you get rid of it?
A couple days ago.
Okay.
Something like that.
Did you get rid of it in preparation for coming here?
No.
No, it's just one of your cycles where you're off it.
But yeah.
Okay. Damn. Do you, I hate this. I don't know. Where'd you go to high school at?
Moments.
Did you ever go to Bloomingdale at all?
Bloomingdale?
Yeah.
Not that I can remember.
Dude, because you look exactly like this guy who would, in high school, dude, he would make these. I mean, he would sell these for like $3-4 a pop, just a few of them. He would make these awesome fried pickles.
Oh, no, that wasn't me.
You never went to Bloomingdale, not even for a year? Damn. Okay, I'm trying to. I don't think his name was Mike. It might have been Mitchell or so. You never went by Mitchell or anything? Nope. All right, I'm thinking somebody else. Shit. I guess I got you. So I guess you can't cook fried pickles then, can you?
Nope,
Okay.
can't do it. Definitely not me.
All right. So here on your end, I did want to ask you about this. I've always wanted to a 12 to 15-year-old really bad. How long has, maybe I'm being redundant here, but how long has that been a fantasy for you?
Maybe 3 or 4 months, maybe a little bit longer than that.
Okay.
But it's like when I'm saying these things, it's more like I'm in the moment type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I'm more like, I'll talk about it then when it comes to like, I guess you could say like manning up to it is just, it's
different thing.
Yeah.
Well, did you ever get these in the moment moments with guys at all?
No.
Okay. So obviously there has to be something there for you to be in the moment with something. You can't just, because if it's just truly you just fully being in the moment, you would think guys, animals, couches, whatever, so there has to be something.
I mean, I've had a couple guys, but it was more like hey, how's it going type of thing. And it's like, okay, no, never mind. I can't swing that way.
Right. God, it's so dark here. Yeah, it was a lot of talk about deep throating and sucking on. So the 20 questions game, that is a game that's been played with a few younger ladies under 18. What got in your mind to first play this 20 questions game?
Kind of just like boredom, just because a lot of people don't know how to give a conversation type of thing.
Yeah.
So it's just like, hey, let's play 20 questions. Let's just see if you can keep a conversation going. Because rather it's like, hey, how's it going? Good.
Right.
And then the conversation's dead. It's kind of like, okay, like.
Yeah, it's a
let's
good
at least have some
icebreaker.
Type of conversation going, maybe,
Right. Has there been anybody that's like ever accused you of anything like this before? Like saying, hey, Michael was inappropriate with, my daughter or this kid or anything like that? No? Okay. So if there was like, you have 2 sons?
Son and a daughter.
Okay. How old's your daughter?
2.
2? Okay. Would it be crazy to say at all that there's been any times you got inappropriate with her? Like, would that be crazy to say?
That would be absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Okay.
I would never do that, ever.
Okay.
Ever.
Okay. So there would be no reason that that's happened at all? No? Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
I swear on everything.
Okay. So there's been no like thoughts or anything like that?
Not at all.
Okay.
Like when it comes to my kids, not at all.
Okay. Because there are people that do child pornography and the next thing you know, their sister is like in their hand. You know what I mean?
No, definitely. No,
Okay.
not at all.
Would it be crazy to say that there's anybody at all that was like a younger lady under 18 that had some experiences with you when you were over 18?
No.
Okay, so that I'd be crazy if I were just to say that. Okay. So there's nobody, so if we were to go find everybody in your life, there would be nobody that would say, hey, I was like under 18 and Michael was an adult and this kind of happened with us. Because, you know, that, I mean, I think you've been 99% honest with me. I mean, you know, nobody's honest about everything fully. So I can't even point out the thing you're lying about because it's impossible to. It's just human nature. So I'm not going to call you a liar because you're being 99% truthful. But, you know, I am going to let you know that, you know, you're a pretty public dude, Michael. You got a Facebook, or at least your whatchamacallit, your spouse or ex-spouse does. You know, so people in your life are going to be interviewed about kind of their experiences with you and this and that. And one thing I hate is I hate hearing the same story twice. You know, I don't care about shit that's happened in the past because you can't change the past, right? I'd be pretty mad at you if, you know, 2 weeks down the line, you're here doing the same shit because that means you didn't learn anything. But, you know, what happened in the past before you've had this little intervention, I can't really judge you for it, or at least not in a bad way because you didn't have that wake-up call yet. But like I said, I do hate hearing the same story twice. So that's why I like to hear it from you if anything's happened, because, you know, some ladies and guys in your life are going to be contacted. It might be dumb to just contact the guys, but some ladies in your life are going to be contacted that are younger than you. And, you know, I'm not saying I have all the names right now, but it's going to be very easy to find them. They're going to be talked to and they're going to be like, hey, is there anything that happened between you and Michael when you were younger and he was a little bit older? Is there anybody that you think, because if there is, like, I don't want to hear the same story twice. I mean, rather than go talk to you know who or whoever in some bum part of Illinois, I'd rather just hear it now. Is there anybody who is a younger lady that might have gotten a little frisky with you and you just went along with it, or you put your hands on them? Because either way, because I know teenagers can throw themselves onto you. I mean, I've had it happen before. So I think there is somebody, but
Well, my baby mama, I think she was like, don't quote me.
yeah,
She might have been like 16, 17, maybe.
right.
I think there was this other girl that was maybe 16, 17 too.
Okay.
But it's not like I was like 25. It was more like when I was like, I don't know, 21, 22,
Yeah.
around there.
Yeah. But anybody that was like in the 15 and under range that this would have happened with, where you were like in your 20s or anything, because I promise you, I got autism researchers, dude, and they will find it. And
15 and under?
yeah.
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
Why? Do you know of one that I don't know?
Nope. I don't. I'm just saying, if there is one, I mean, I'm not saying I'm going to be the one to find out. I mean, I'll be the one to talk to them, but I'm not going to be the one to find out. I got really people in a good way that work for me that will just find that shit. So, I mean, if it all checks out, then, you know, if you're telling me the truth, then you're fine. But, you know, I'm just saying there have been situations where, you know, I think a guy's being 100 with me, and then we end up finding somebody who did have contact with them. And then it's like, dude, I fucking appreciated what they said. And, you know, I felt betrayed. So let me ask you one more time. Is there anybody that would have been like a little bit younger?
Not 15 and younger, no.
Okay. All right.
No.
I'll take your word for it. Was it a resident?
Hey, Chico.
How's it going?
How's it going?
Good. Just talking here with Michael about some stuff. Michael, you're never going to meet a 12-year-old again, are you? It's your last time doing it?
Correct.
Okay, you're not going to send one a pick again, are you?
No, sir.
Last time doing it?
Yes, sir.
Not going to try to have a 5-year-old again, are you?
No, sir.
Last time here?
Correct.
All right, and pretty much what we went over is that you viewed some pretty graphic child. You're here to meet a 5 and 12-year-old for sexual purposes, and that, you know, we've had this issue for a little bit. Is that kind of what we went over?
Correct.
Okay. And, I mean, I hope you're honest with them like you were with me.
Correct.
Okay.
The guy in the park transplant vest? Or now you're being stamped?
Yes.
Based Park Forest. Based Park Forest PD. Not in Cook County either. Here, Nick, can you hold this? Here, just film this real quick. All right. What's up? Here, what's up, guys? So this is Michael. He came to meet a 5 and a 12-year-old for very graphic purposes. He admitted to everything. Viewed child pornography as young as 5 years old, he said, and he's a father of 2 kids, and he has an engineering job, and yeah, his life's over. So full video will be on X for subscribers or locals for if you're watching it somewhere else. So yeah, man, appreciate it, and we'll see his muggy real soon. Nice, dude, appreciate it.
Hey.
How's it going?
There, it's John Menino.
Alex Rose, nice to meet you.
You as well. So who am I talking to?
Yeah, I'll talk to you here.
Okay.
So,
I go over here.
so I talked to, I gave Detective Bermovsky a heads up about everything. We've been here before. Made sure to bring him to Will County too instead of Cook. And so this is Michael. He came to meet a 12 and 5-year-old girl for purposes. Very graphic messages. I mean, slam dunk of a chat log for sure. Pics, all that stuff. We interviewed him on camera voluntarily. He admitted to everything that he wanted to from a 5-year-old and with a 12-year-old. And he has said that he's viewed child porn as young as like 5 and 6 years old. Described videos that he's viewed. He kind of beats and deletes. I don't know if he has any on his phone, especially an iPhone. It might be hard to recover, but he said he's viewed it, and that'll be on camera. And he said that he's had an attraction to minors for a couple years now, and that he's talked to other minors online. That wouldn't have been us. Sent them his as well. And yeah, we have everything on video for y'all. It's kind of the gist of it. It's pretty simple, I think.
And obviously, he was cooperative and everything.
Yes. Yeah.
Not that it was.
Definitely.
And where did you all meet him exactly?
We told him to come to Building J. We gave him an apartment number, but he didn't go in. I came before he could go in the door and just told him to come over here, and he did.
Do you know which car this is?
Nope.
No, you don't know
No, no. He parked somewhere way back and walked over here. We were just posted up right here.
Okay. And how did you know which one he was when he was walking over?
Oh, I mean, like, he sent tons of selfies, the same body type, and, you know, he's like, I'm coming right now, and then he was just waiting there, so.
So he was waiting out in front?
Yeah,
And then you
yeah.
all exited him?
Exactly.
Okay. Do you have anything for me to take right now?
Yeah, these are the chats. These aren't everything. We have everything digitally to send you guys, and then we can just go to the station and dump the video for y'all like we did last time.
Okay. And let me lock these up then.
All right. Paste. Yep. Yeah, Matt, it is. Bro, he's such a sick dude. So bad.
Yeah, this one is better.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Look at that, YouTube. It says police. And another one that says police. There you go, YouTube. That's what you want. No, he parked way back there. I'm waiting for him to walk over here. Yeah, for sure.
All right, guys, join up on locals in the pinned comment. Support what we do. We do travel the most and catch the sickest. This is how you get people. I mean, we're 17 hours from home right now, and if you want to help people like this get locked up, join up in the pinned comment. Only $10 a month, over 100 videos, early and uncensored, tons of mugshots and conviction updates. Yeah, whole package on locals. Support the team that travels the most, catch the sickest. 46 states with an arrest, 40 with a conviction. Join up on locals. Bad.
If you want to support the predator poachers catching the sickest both near and far, go to the pinned comment. If you're on Rumble, press the red join button to see over 30 videos early and uncensored for only $10 a month. We can't do this without your help, so join our locals.